inflatable board from Corran SUP. It's a real departure from the inflatable boards that are on the market today for a number of reasons. The concept of inflatable boards is great. This is a board that you can roll up, put in a bag, and you can either store it in your apartment, you can take it on public transport, you can go hiking up Machu Picchu and then afterwards paddle down some river or paddle on some exotic lake somewhere in the world. So they're really, really great. The problem with inflatable boards is that they bend. When you pump them up, the two things that happen is one is the board bends, which means that you get wet feet, you have water sloshing around your feet. The other problem is that you shorten up the water line of the board, which makes it plow water. So while the concept of inflatable boards is great, they don't actually work that well. What we've done here with our boards, and what's completely unique, is that we've done everything that we can to stop the boards from flexing. We're making these boards as stiff as an epoxy board. And we're doing that in two ways. The first one, which is the most obvious, is this exoskeleton that you can see on the outside of the board here. These shafts that sit on the deck of the board basically work as a skeleton and stop that board from bending because they're very, very stiff. And it stops the whole board from bending up, stops the ends coming up out of the water, stops the board plowing water when you're paddling forward. That is a great and very important thing. The next thing that we've done is we've lowered the standing area of the board. Lowering the standing area of the board makes the board a lot more stable for the same amount of width and length on the board. So we can make a narrower, smaller board, easier to stand on, much more stable, much more fun to paddle. What we've done in doing so is we've created a multi-chamber system. We have one chamber, which is this outside area that you can see, and the second chamber, which is the floor here. And by doing this, we've created an I-beam here and an I-beam there, which then works to make the board very, very stiff. Even without these shafts, the board is extremely stiff. Then we come in with this floor, which is in its own way an I-beam. We can pump this up very, very stiff, the floor here, up to about 20 psi. And then we have this, which working with the sides, make this board so that it almost doesn't bend at all. I mean, you've got to jump up and down on it, and you get a little bit of flexing, which is going to happen. But basically, what we've done is we've taken 80 to 90% of the flexing out of the board. But we're not done yet. Even cooler than that, the floor of the board comes out. And what that does is it means that, for example, on this board, which is our whitewater board, you then have a surfboard. The fin is attached to the floor, not to the main board itself. So this comes out, you catch a great wave on the side of the river, you pull the floor out of the board, you jump on the wave, you stand up, you surf, you have a great time, now you're done, you put the floor back in, you keep going. On the touring boards, which are just a little bit longer, this serves as a mattress. It's one less thing that you have to carry on the board. So you pop the floor out, you deflate it down to about 3 psi or 2 psi, and you have a built-in mattress on the board, which then you can put inside your tent, and off you go. These recessed areas with these shafts on the inflatable recreational boards, on the touring boards, then allows you to put a dry bag here that you can lash to these front and lash to them on the back. By lashing a dry bag onto this, it allows you to carry a lot more gear without it sitting high on the board, which then creates some instability. Because of this recessed area, your dry bag can sit low, your dry bag can sit low back here, it's all lashed in, and you're able to paddle long distances down the coastline and really have a great time camping, doing overnights. You got all your food and your camping gear on board. You can fish off the thing. It's a really, really cool system, and we really have addressed the main issue, which is how do we take this board, which is really fun to paddle, that the concept is really great in that you can roll it up, you can take a train, you can take an airplane, you can throw it in the back of your little Yaris car, you can put it on your back on a bicycle, and you can go somewhere really cool with a board, and off you go paddling. And this is the answer to that, and we feel that this is going to really change the way that people look at inflatable boards down the road as this great sport of ours moves and evolves over the next few years.